Electro-Harmonics markets the Ocean's Abyss as an advanced reverb laboratory. And it is that, but it's more than that, because not only do you have reverb, you have other effects such as delays, choruses, flangers, phasers, bit crushers, and distortion. All of these effects that you can use together to create very complex, time-based effects. It's very cool. And let's bring in the Ocean's Abyss set to a preset called Bioluminescence. There we go. Now that's not your standard reverb patch, is it? Let's see what's going on here. First of all, direct your attention to the OLED screen and you'll see the signal path itself. Starting from the left, we have our input, my guitar input into the pedal, and then we're going right into an effect called saturation or SAT on the screen. And this is the distortion that you're hearing. All right, from there, we're splitting the signal into two parallel paths. The top path is going to go through a delay and a phaser, and the bottom path is going to go through a reverb, that would be reverb B, and then a flanger. And then everything is going to combine back and then go into reverb A at the end. How's that? It sounds pretty cool, actually. And then what you can do is this. Control each side. We actually have two groups of effects, Group A and Group B. So if I turn off Group A and Group B, this in effect is setting me back to dry. Now maybe I just want to turn on Group A. Okay. And that would be that top line across the signal chain. So the saturation, the delay, the flanger, and then finally reverb A. And you can kind of hear it all, right? But maybe I only want the other half of the signal path on. That would be the B signal path along the bottom. And then I'll turn them both back on again. That's very, very cool. So that's why I say this is more than just an advanced reverb laboratory. You can create a lot of different effects changes. Now, there are controls for reverb A and reverb B. These are dedicated to the two reverbs. So for example, if I want to take reverb A, okay, and I want to bring up the time, I can do that. Or maybe I want to shorten the time. Maybe I want to put in some pre-delay. Maybe I want to pan it to the left. Maybe I want to change the blend of dry to wet. Maybe I want to add some lows. Maybe I want to take them away. Yeah. Maybe I want to take away some highs. So you do actually have a lot of options before you have to go digging into the menus of the signal chain. But let's go ahead and do that. So first up, I'm going to take a peek at the saturation effect. I was going to say plugin. It's an effect, not a plugin. There we go. So it's pretty straightforward. You just kind of highlight the block, press the encoder knob there, and you've got access to your drive, tone, and output in this case. So it's very simple. So let's go ahead and bring that drive up to 100%. And we're just going to go crazy here. Yeah, that's really cool. Now, of course, once we have that done, maybe we're editing a patch or creating a new one, we can just go ahead and save it. And this does store, I think it's 128. It's a bunch of presets on the unit itself. All right, I've pulled up another patch called Hall Double Delay. And this time, I want to make some changes, again, to show you what some of the possibilities are with this device. So let's go ahead and get into the patch. First up, we've got an analog delay effect going on. And right now, we see the blend is at 90%. I'm going to bring that back to 50 or so. There we go. And then the time is set to a quarter beat. And yes, this does do tap tempo. But I'm going to switch it to milliseconds. And let's just create, I don't know, about 250 millisecond delay. There we go. All right. Let me go back to the home page now, and then let's go to the next block. And this is going to be a tape delay style delay. You can see the blend is still set to 100%, so I'm going to bring this back to, let's say about 65 or so. And then the feedback, I'm going to set that way up to about 75%. And then again, on the time, we're going to switch this to milliseconds. And this time we're going to set this way up. The delay blocks on this device can do an 8-second delay. Oh, that's amazing. You could set this patch up to have 2 or 3 8-second delays. Think about that. Okay, you done thinking? All right. Let's set this back, I don't know, about 6.76 seconds, so that's great. And then let's go into our reverb and see what we have going on here. This is a Hall reverb. Whoops. But what if I wanted a different kind of reverb? Let's do a reverse reverb. This is reverb A, and we're going to leave it set to swoosh. I can do echo or swoosh for reverb. And I think we'll just leave everything the same as is. And let's see what we get now. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my distortion pedal, and I'm just going to play some lead lines here. Well, that's nice. Ah, there's my 6-second delay. Okay, guys, really advanced reverb laboratory. I think this is a full time-based multi-effects unit. That's how I would market it. Well, I'm not a marketer, but that's how I think about this. We can create extremely complex effects chains that encompass way more than reverb. All right, I've pulled up another preset called Furry Fly. I think that's what it's called. Fly, yeah. And as you can hear, there's delay and there's reverb going on. But I want to go ahead and modify this. So first up, I've got a bit crusher block here in the latter part of the chain, and I really want to move that up to the front. So I'm going to just go over and hit Bit Crusher, and I'm going to hold on it. Yep, there we go. And you can see that Reverb A is highlighted, and I'm going to press again and hold a second. You'll see them flip. Great. So Bit Crusher is now first. Let's go in and edit that. I'm going to pull that down to 3 bits, and we're going to bring this down to a much lower rate. Oh yeah. And if I turn my distortion pedal on, oh yeah, I like that. All right, let's go back to home. And now I want to start modifying my delays and reverbs. So let's go to delay B first, and we'll see that this is a standard basic delay. I don't really want a standard basic delay, so I'm going to select analog delay. Okay, that's great. We got a blend 50, feedback 50, and a time of 500 milliseconds. All right, let's leave it at those default settings. Great. Now let's go down to the tape delay block, which is down here. There we go. And again, I'm going to switch this to a very long delay. Let's make it 6.87 seconds. We'll bring the feedback way up. And blend, we're going to bring down to about 65 or so. Yeah. And not only that, there's a tape and warp option, so I'm going to bring them all the way up so I get the wobbliest kind of tape delay I can get. Okay, great. Now, let's check out our reverbs. We got Reverb B, and that's a hall reverb. However, I really want something else. So let's go for a shimmer reverb, and we'll just kind of leave it as is at this point. And here, let's hear what we get. Oh yeah. Here's my Frippertronic style delay. All right. Let's go to Reverb A. And again, this is a hall reverb, so we'll leave it at hall for this time. And the last block I'm not going to touch. That is a graphic equalizer. Just wanted to mention that if you really want to tweak the equalization. So now what we can do is begin to play around with the knobs. So let's do a little bit of Reverb A, increase the time. Oh yeah. Let's increase the pre-delay on that one. Great. More time on Reverb B and more blend. Little less bit crusher. Really, I just scratched the surface of the capability of the Ocean's Abyss. It is a pedal that you're never going to outgrow in terms of creating innovative, really wonderful sounding patches. In addition to the sounds, it also has a full set of I/O stereo ins, outs, a stereo effects loop, full MIDI implementation, expression, control jacks, USB, you name it, it's got it. And if you compare the pedal size to some of its competition, hint, hint, it's quite competitively priced. All in all, I love this pedal, and I'm planning on getting a lot of great use out of it. What I'd be interested in you all doing is dropping a comment, letting me know what you think of the pedal, and also giving me some suggestions for creating patches. I'll go ahead and do that, create those patches, and I'll post another video of those patches and sounds. When I post it, I'll see y'all over on that video.